Okay, so this time, instead of looking at a graph and trying to come up with kind of the equation and the real life situation, we're going to look at a real life situation and we're going to kind of build it all the way up into a graph. Okay, so here's the situation. Tim has a 74% in algebra at the start of the second quarter. He brings his grade up 2 points each week. Now it says hint, quarters are 9 weeks long. We're going to get to that in a second. Okay, so we're going to make a table. Now, what you've seen these tables before is you've seen them as XY tables. And they're still going to be XY tables in terms of the graph, but these actually have meaning now. So we're talking about his grade in algebra, okay? And we're talking about weeks, right? Now, any kind of like time, unit of time, days, weeks, seconds, whatever it is, this is always going to go on the x-axis. So in this problem, the unit of time is weeks. Now, when you get to here, right, like here it's day, here it's day. Sometimes it's like minutes, right? But whatever it is, here I'm going to put, this is weeks. So this column represents weeks. And then over the course of the weeks, what's changing? The grade, right? We're talking about a grade that is changing each week. So we're going to always start our table at 0 because at 0 weeks, right, we're talking about the start of the situation, Tim has a 74% in algebra. And this, right, this is our y-intercept. When x is 0, that's our y-intercept, right? This is my y-intercept, and what does that mean? Tim starts at 74%, right? That y-intercept is always our starting point. Just like when we graph, the y-intercept is where we start our graph. In a word problem, that y-intercept is always our starting point. So he starts at 74%. Now, what's happening to his grade? Is it going up or down? Oh, it's going up. It's going up 2 points each week. Okay, so this means my slope is going to be positive, right? My grade is increasing. You're going to see when I draw my graph, it's going to be going up. We want that grade to go up. Now, if it says his grade is going down 2 points each week, then it would be negative. Okay, but what's happening is like, look, imagine after 1 week, what's his grade? Well, he brings it up 2 points each week, so 74 plus 2 is 76. Look, we don't have to just go 2, 3. We can get creative. Like, what would his grade be after 4 weeks? Let's figure it out. It starts at 74, right? Then it goes up after 1 week, it's 76. Okay? Then after 2 weeks, it's 78. After 3 weeks, it's going to be 80, right? I'm going up by 2. After 4 weeks, it's going to be 82. So I'm just counting up. Look, I can choose the numbers here. It doesn't really matter. I could have even just made my life easier and do 0, 1, 2, 3. So you can choose. Like when you do yours, you can do 0, 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Okay. Now, what about after 5 weeks? Well, after 4 weeks, he had 82 points, and then it's going up 2 points each week. So after 5 weeks, he's going to have 84 points. Okay. So let's talk about like each of these points, right? What does this point mean? This means after 1 week, his grade is a 76, right? Okay, and you can see I can just reference my table. What does this mean? This means 1 what? Oh, 1 week. What does this mean? 76? Oh, 76 what? Oh, that's his grade, right? This means after 4 weeks, he has an 82%. Okay, now what's the slope here? The slope is how the graph is changing, right? Like when I'm graphing a line, the y-intercept is the starting point, and then the slope tells me how am I moving. It's the same here. When I'm talking about numbers, the y-intercept is that starting point, and the slope is telling me how is that number changing. Well, this number is changing. 2 is being added each time. It's positive 2, right? Because the grade is going up 2 points, and it's per week. Okay, it's going up 2 points per week, right? This number is changing. It's going up 2 points per week. Now, what's the equation? Look, now I have a slope. I have a y-intercept. Y equals 2x plus 74. Mx plus b. This is never going to be a mystery, right? This is always going to be mx plus b. Okay, now here's the thing about real life. Like, can Tim just bring his grades up 2 points per week forever? Like, can he go up 74, then 76, and then when he's up to 100, he can just go 102, 104, 106? Does it work like that? Not in real life, no. He starts at the start of the quarter at 0, right? When x is 0, at the start of the quarter, he has a 74. Now, how many weeks can he just continue to bring it up, right? This is x, this is weeks. How many weeks can he just continue to bring his grade up? Well, here's the thing. Quarters are 9 weeks long. So if he has at the start of the second quarter, right? So that's like the first quarter starts in September or August, whenever we start. And then that's the first 9 weeks. And then the second quarter, That's the second 9 weeks. Now, what happens at the end of the second quarter? The semester ends. So he can't keep bringing his grade up. So it says hint quarter are 9 weeks long. So he can only bring his grade up for 9 weeks. He can't just keep bringing it up forever, right? So that's our domain, right? We can't just keep going after 9 weeks. We have to stop at 9 weeks because his grade won't just keep coming up. Okay, I'm going to create a graph now out of all of this information. All right, so here's what my graph needs to include. A title, and we're just going to keep it simple. Tim's grade. Okay, has a title. X-axis label. What's my X? Oh, my X is weeks. So look, I'm going to write weeks. Okay, check. Y-axis label. What's my Y-axis? Oh, my Y-axis is the grade. And sometimes what we do is we write like, what is this grade? Oh, it's like a percent grade. Let's say it was money, we'd put like the $ in these parentheses. Like it's telling like, what are we actually measuring here? Okay, now scale on x-axis. That means like, what numbers are we putting here? Okay, so in this case, the x-axis, we want it to go from 0 to 9. So I'm actually just gonna go ahead, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay? So in this case, my scale on the x-axis, I just went by ones, right? And that's done. Let's say I wanted to do it for 100 weeks. Well, then I wouldn't be able to just do 1, 2, all the way to 100. I might have to do it like 10, 20, 30, right? I would have to think about how I'm going to fit it on here. Okay, the scale on the y-axis. Now, here's where it gets tricky because I need this scale to go from 74, and then he's going to raise his grades for 9 weeks. So I need this, he's actually going to be able to get his grades up into the 90s. So I need this to go from 74 up to 92. Now, here's the thing. I could like be like, oh, I'll just do it by 10s, 10, 20. I could do that. It would be okay, and then I would start like, the 70 would be like up here, whatever, and then it would go up to 90 like this. I could totally do that. That works. Like, feel free if you want to do that right now. But there's this trick that sometimes is kind of nice, because the thing is that I don't actually need the numbers 0 through 74, right? Like, at no point is his grade 60. So I actually don't need that on the graph. So there's like this little trick you can do. If you only need high numbers, you can draw a little break on the graph like this. And that means like, hey, this is 0 here, but I'm breaking the graph and I'm going to put, let's say I put 70 right here. Okay, and then let's see, if I want to go all the way up to 90, I don't think I have 20 lines, so I'll go by 2s. I'm going to do 72, 74, 76, 78, like this. Okay. So that's a trick that you can use if you don't need the kind of bottom numbers here. Okay. Now, I'm going to do at least 3 points. So I'm going to just plot this point, 0.74. These are the points I'm going to graph. 176, 482. And what I should observe is that they should fall in a straight line. We're talking about linear equations here, and 584. Okay, so I can just use those points off my, my table. Okay, now I'm going to draw a straight line. Now, am I going to draw this straight line? When we've been drawing straight lines, we've been drawing like an arrow forever. Does this line go on forever? Should I just keep drawing? Does his grade just keep going up forever and ever and ever? Nope, sure doesn't, right? We're going to cut this line just like we did in Desmos. It's stopping at 9 weeks, okay? And so we can see at the end of the semester, what does he have? Oh, he has a 92. He worked hard. He got his grade up to an A, right? So this is the end of the semester. He has a 92. That's the point, 992. All right. Here's a bonus question. How many weeks in the quarter until Tim has a B and 80%? Look, let's use the graph. Look, I want to know when he has an 80%, so I'm just going to go here. When is that? Oh, after 3 weeks. Okay. This is tricky, but go ahead and try it out.